Hi, and welcome to the Sabbath Christian Church's online sermon. God has told many people, starting with Noah, to get out of that land. Go! Why did he tell Noah and these people to go? Get out. Now, we know that the land that Noah lived in was a horrible place, filled with the evil we could only imagine. Although that evil really never goes away, and there are places in the world that you could see the evil abounding. But that's another story. In any case, Noah had to go. God had him build the ark, and God sealed him in the ark, and the floods came, and God destroyed all the lands. Noah had to go, otherwise he would have been destroyed with all these other lands, and that would be the end of the creation. People made in God's image. But Noah, being the kind of man and faithful man that we've talked about so many times, he left. And he came to a new land. The land that God had cleansed for his particular purposes, as we will see. Now, there are other people, and let's particularly Abraham was told also to go to a new land. Now, why Abraham? Well, Noah, because he went to his new land, became the father of all mankind from Adam, who lost that privilege in the flood. From his progeny, from Noah's progeny, obviously, came Abraham from a particular side. Let's take a look at that for a bit. Terah took Abraham, his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, and his grandson Sarah, and Abraham's wife, and they came out of Ur of the Chaldeans in order to the land of Canaan. It's very interesting. And they went as far as Haran and settled there. Now the Lord said to Abraham, go forth from your country, from your relatives, from your father's house, to the land I will show you. Got a better place to go. Go there. And they set out to the land of Canaan. Now, this is the land of Canaan is a very interesting part of the Bible as well. Now the Lord said to Abram, as it was called back then, it pleased God, who had often been found of them who sought him not, to reveal himself to Abraham by a miracle. The conversion of Abraham is one of the most remarkable in Bible history. Get out of that land and go to a new land, being brought to the knowledge and worship of the true God, which led through the particular generations we don't have to go through, from Noah and the special people and the special ones of Noah's children. Now, this call included two promises. Get to that land. The two promises. The first, showing the land of his future posterity. Now, that's very important. Future prosperity, if I pronounce the word. And the second, that in this posterity all the earth would be blessed. Abraham obeyed. See, the same kind of faith that Noah had. Build the ark, because you're going to a new land. Abraham obeyed to actually go to a new land without the flood and those things, for the reasons that we know. It is frequently mentioned in the New Testament as a striking instance of his faith. In Hebrews 11, which goes through all the faith things, not all, but primarily a good summary of it. By faith, Abraham, he says here, when he was called, obeyed out by going to a place which he was to receive for an inheritance. he, just as Noah did what God said to do and built an ark, here he obeyed by going to a place. Got the whole new earth there, and some of it's been contaminated already, but it's going to a special place. We'll talk about that, as I said. And he went out not knowing where he was going. So, go there. Where? Go there. Excuse me. And Abraham went. He trusted God. By faith he lived in an alien land of promise, and a foreign land. So he went where God said to go. Go to a new land. Because there's something special about this new land. And it showed Abram's faith, and other things showed his faith as well. Now, the antediluvian saints passed to the patriarchs of Israel from the promise call by God, go to. The oldest manuscripts read, he that was called Abraham, his name being changed from Abram to Abraham, on occasion of God's making him and his seed a covenant. Because, just like God made a covenant with Noah, because Abraham did what God said to go to this land, his seed received a covenant sealed by circumcision many years after his call. By faith, he was called Abraham, the father of nations. So, and this was sealed by circumcision, and which the people up till the Christianity era, that's another entirely different subject. He says in Genesis 17:5, it says, no longer shall your name be called Abram, but your name shall be called Abraham, because I have made you the father of a multitude of nations. We see this when we get to Moses and everything, that not when time gets to Moses. In order to become that which was the design of God's bringing him out of Ur, obeyed the command of God, to be understood that to go out, which he should receive, he had not fully received even this promise when he went out, for he had not expressly given to him until he reached Canaan. Abram passed through the land, as I said, Abram passed through the land as far as the site of Shechem, the oak of Moreh. Now the Canaanites were then in the land, and the Lord appeared to Abram and said, he's in there now, and he's in Canaan, and the Lord says to him, to your descendants I will give this land. So what did Abram do? He built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. Very special, continuing the great faith and things that he did. When the promised land was given to him, the Canaanites were still in the land, and himself a stranger. It is like the new heaven and new earth. He received a personal inheritance promised to him. So the believers sojourn on the earth, while the ungodly and Satan lord over the earth, but Christ coming to the same earth, which was the scene of the believers' conflict, to the inheritance of Christ and the saints. So all of that comes from what Abraham's faith. Without his faith and going to Canaan, other things don't happen. By faith, he lived in an alien land, a land of promise, a foreign land. He promised that the generations would come from him. And these generations, because of Abram's faith and going to this new land of promise, we get the people leading up to Jesus. In Genesis it says, I will make you a great nation. Not only that, that nation will become great, the land of Canaan. And I will bless you and make your name great, and so you shall be a blessing. Abraham's faith by going to the new land, just as Noah went to the new land in a different way. Noah went to the new land in this different way as well. He says, I will make you your name great, and you shall be a blessing. and God will bless him, of course. And then he says, and I will bless those who bless you. Those who go along with Abraham's faith and the knowledge that he had and passed on, and his, as we said, leading to Jesus. And the ones who you curse, I will curse. And in you all the families of the earth will be blessed, because he chose to go where God sent him. Amen. And thank you for watching and listening.